Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome back to the Outer Worlds. We're going to get started here momentarily. Okay, looks like everything is getting up and running. So it's been a couple of weeks since we were in the Outer Worlds, and last time we were here, we were working our way through the Peril on Gorgon DLC, and I think we're gonna finish that tonight. We'll find out here shortly just how much further we have to go, but I think we're approaching the end. All right, and we're loading in. Give things a few seconds to populate here, and now I just want to take a peek at my quest journal because I don't really remember what we were doing. Okay, so we have the electric fling, where we have to retrieve phonographs, but we'll do those as we explore. We in Spacer's Choice employ. The HIA facility waits for you back on Gorgon, so we can go there to send the override authorization signal, which will give us access to the chem lab. There we go. Okay, now I'm remembering. So I think we probably want to do this. That should be our quest marker. And let's see if we can just fast travel a little closer there. I'm not sure we can. No fast travel marker there. Okay. So we're going to have to run over. No big deal. We can handle that. So it's up there. Is there an elevator over here? No, doesn't look like it. Nope, we'll have to go the long way. And it looks like we've got some marauders.
Here they come.
Nothing we can't handle with this explosive revolver. At least we can handle it if I actually hit what I'm shooting at. Really? How many times do I have to shoot you in the face before you die? And I did have to redo some of my settings last night, so do let me know if the volume is out of whack, if the game volume needs to come down, or anything like that. I think we're going to be okay, but sometimes things get unpredictable. Okay, marker's still up there, so we got to keep going around. And it looks like we've got some people filtering into the stream here, so feel free to jump in the chat, say hello, let me know you're here.
Incoming.
The Outer World streams don't get nearly as active as the Fallout 76 streams, so I encourage you to help me feel like I'm not sitting here talking to myself the whole time. Really? Even that close I can't manage to hit you? There we go. Alright, so I think this is going to be a fairly long walk. But we'll find a way to survive. Uh-oh, we got more monsters here.
Great one, Captain! Oh!
Gotta remember to hit them in the belly is their weak spot.
Cycle complete.
Alright, we're in the clear. Achilles is in the chat with a hello fisty. Hello, Achilles. How are you doing tonight? And it looks like my explosive revolver is already ready to break. Let's go ahead and take care of that. The hand cannon. There we go. And is this a shortcut? Can I get around this way? Okay, we do have some icy monsters in here.
Got a fight on our hands.
Clean up the competition.
Let's go!
Okay, and that one's dead. Alright, let's see if there's a shortcut through here to where we need to go, because it's looking like we're going in the totally wrong direction. And I don't think there is. Looks like this is totally self-contained. Are you alive? No, you are not. And Achilles says, your day's going, just working
Sensors
still?
are registering
Well,
abnormal
thank you for joining me.
proportions. Further analysis of firming type required.
Okay, and we are at max level, so we don't really get anything out of fighting creatures at this point other than burning up ammo. So I'm not going to fight them if I don't absolutely have to. And here is a phonograph. Let's check it out.
I figured the mines were gonna be trouble. Didn't think they'd be crawling with mants. Must have gotten out of HIA a while ago, because they've been busy here. Something about the tunnels here gets under your skin and into the worst parts of your head. Makes you feel not yourself. In case I don't make it out of here. Marauders must have followed me from OCI. Time to make tracks while the mants are busy. I'm shedding some extra weight. It's yours if you find it, whoever you are. You need it more than I do now.
Alright, so another little bit of story from Lucky Montoya. And we've got to keep going here. Just take a quick look at the map. Okay, looks like we're getting where we need. Oh no, that's OCI. That's not where I need to go. I need to go to HIA. Or am I total? Oh no, that's where I need to go. Well, how in the world do I get over there? Can't go through the mines. Okay, I've got to get over here, I think, and then take the bridge over. All right, we're going to stop screwing around with all this running and fast travel over there. And we'll just make sure that's pointing me in the right direction. Looks like it is. Okay. Good, good, good. But we've got marauders in the way. Not that one anymore.
Repairing required sanity.
Chews with their mouth open. Not for long. Strives to be the ideal corporate employee.
Don't mess with
Well,
us.
good luck with that.
Prejudice.
Make our way across the bridge.
Sam says, let your automechanical do the dirty work while you keep your hands clean.
Sam is
Spacer's Choice wouldn't
amazing.
abandon such an expansive and expensive operation without good reason. Or in their case, a really bad one.
Yes, and at this point we know that Spacer's Choice was making Adrenatime. And to make it, they experimented on prisoners, and their heavy use of Adrenatime destroyed their brains and turned them into marauders who somehow have made their way, proliferating throughout
Analysis of efforts.
the colony.
Wrong tool for the job.
Oh, you're still alive?
Well done. We are
There
victorious.
we go. What do we have in here? Grab some of that stuff. Grab a little bit of ammo. All right. And we're going into human inquiry and auditing. And we've got another fabulous Spacer's Choice logo on the wall. Let's go ahead and sell off our junk. And what is our goal here? Let's refresh the old memory. Get inside the observation room, reach the administrative level. You'll need to access Blakesley's terminal to send the override authorization signal. That's going to get me into another facility that I need access to.
Whatever disgusting thing this is does not bode well.
Lemony
Can't go
Fresh
that
aerosol
way.
canister requires replacement.
We'll have to go this way.
Welcome to Human Inquiry Auditing, a Spacer's Choice facility. My name is Dr. Marion Blakesley, and I'd like to congratulate you all on volunteering for this important opportunity. Whatever your past, know that as of today, each of you will be part of something greater. Together, we will unlock the path to discoveries and profit always.
Our brightest minds did their dirtiest work here. We made puppets out of people and tested them until they broke. Walk softly, Captain. Some of them still live here, and they hate to be disturbed.
I'd like to believe that nothing this place throws at us could be worse than what we've already faced, but I'm not so sure.
All right, Sam, I know that voice was creepy, but the shivering is maybe a little much. All right, so we've got some test subjects left over. They would likely be marauders if they were anywhere else, but they're in here, so they're still test subjects.
Oh! Skills are unrivaled.
And they're heavily armed.
Resuming passive mode. Muting volume now.
Well, there's their test subject outfit. Even says Spacer's Choice Tester on it. Unfortunate soul that this may be. And we've got some kind of theater here. Lots of tossball cards around. Volunteer quarters. Yes, volunteers. So Either they were forcibly volunteered into the experiment, or maybe they were promised reductions in their prison terms if they participated. Either way, these volunteers clearly didn't quite know what they were getting themselves into. And that is a terminal with nothing on it. Alright, I'm going to loot ammo, but I'm not going to spend a lot of time on some of the other things. Because at this point, we've...
Volunteers? Must be somewhat like how I volunteered to serve at the penitentiary.
There we go. Of course, Vicar Max volunteered to serve at the penitentiary because he was an inmate at the penitentiary. Okay, we just keep sneaking around here a little bit. We've got some more test subjects.
Volunteers. This office environment is where we will test your communication, paper management, and self-motivation skills. This is your time to shine. You may just find yourselves doing similar work. Remember, compliance with all instructions from facility personnel is stipulated in your contracts.
So we've got more test subjects here. Looks like Spacer's Choice wanted to see how Adrena time would affect office workers. Would it make them more productive? Would it help them work longer hours? Help them stay focused? Or ultimately just make them all completely insane?
Bag required.
Okay, we took down one. We're still not completely detected yet. I think there's still probably one or two test subjects in here. Let's just look around and see. Okay, there's one behind that wall, and there's one behind this wall. We can stay stealthy. There we go. And now we're detected, or at least our companions are detected. They should be able to handle one test subject. There we go. Alright, so here we are, and a little bit of ammo. And I thought I saw a terminal somewhere over here. Yes. Okay, that's our... Oh no, that's our quest marker. We have a terminal here. Let's see what we've got. Observation room, access restricted. Enter testing supervisor's passcode. Do I know that? Yes, we got the passcode from Marion Blakesley. So we are good to go. We're in. Was there any lore here? No.
This appears to be where they observed their unfortunate charges and levied judgment on their own lack of humanity.
So this is the observation room. Where, yes, so you can imagine Spacer's Choice scientists overlooking this office environment to see how the test subjects did. And this looks more like a factory assembly line kind of environment. So clearly the goal was to get for this Adrena time to be useful, but okay, so they want them to stay focused on this factory floor, and accidents will impact their incentives or their rewards from participating, quote unquote, participating in the program. think we're safe up here. We have another terminal. What is this? Test chamber 3. This looks like a wilderness kind of environment. Let's see what the terminal has to say. Welcome, user R. Johansson. Please select from the following options. Observation logs. Oh, we've got a lot here. Okay. Compliance testing parameters. Good lord. Group SC1 initial testing phase 1. Subjects SC1A through K were given forms and writing implements and instructed to fill them out to corporate standards. Upon completion, forms were placed into an employer-sanctioned shredding device by a technician. Test was then repeated. Observational notes. Volunteer SC1D, Kendall, objected to further testing after completion of second set of forms. Volunteer SC1G after 5th. Volunteer SC1B after 10th. No further objections from remaining volunteers. Volunteer SC1E Hobbs was discovered to be functionally illiterate and tagged for early advancement to the second phase of compliance testing. Objection from Volunteer SC1D. So it sounds like SC1D wanted to get in on the next test as well. Not really sure that's a good thing. Group SC5, initial testing phase 2. Subject SC5A through K were given visual demonstrations of multiple physical exercises. Note, thank you, testing assistant Layman, then instructed to replicate them in accordance with verbal instructions. Observational notes, Subject SC5H complained of physical exhaustion after 5 minutes, missing numerous verbal cues. Subject SC5A, 5E, and 5K failed out at around the 15-minute mark. Test was terminated after 30 minutes as the technician became too hoarse to provide instruction. Okay, mid-stage testing phase 3. Subjects are instructed to follow a closed circuit around the perimeter of the testing chamber for the duration of the test. At random intervals, technician is to provide vocal cue to reverse course. Observational notes. Of the 8 test subjects remaining in group SC27, 6 respond to verbal cues. Subject 63D became aggressive and was removed. 63B collapsed 30 minutes into the experiment and was removed. Remaining subjects exhibited compliance with all vocal cues for the remainder of the experiment. Technician's addendum, observational data compromised due to equipment failure. Technician Embry S. was found incapable of continued operation due to incessant weeping and was withdrawn, flagged for disciplinary measures. So perhaps that technician was having some ethical issues with all of this testing. Phase 4 testing notes. Subjects are isolated and instructed to select one member of their experiment group for immediate removal from the volunteer program. Observational notes. Subject 63A, volunteers 63F. 63B is unresponsive for duration of testing session. 63C deliberates for 5 minutes 36 seconds before volunteering subject 63E. 63D is unable to recall the names and/or identification numbers of her fellows, but has volunteered each of them in turn, citing immediate need for additional Compound X injections. So 63D sounds addicted to adrenatime and is willing to do whatever is needed to get more. 63E volunteers 63F. 63F refuses to comply with instructions. 63G exhibits extreme confusion and extreme emotional distress. Demands morning injection. Technician's addendum, time as of previous note, is 1400 hours. So that would be 2 o'clock in the afternoon, assuming time on this planet is similar to Earth time. Subject exhibits extreme aggression. Subject terminated. So we're seeing them break down and turn into marauders. Late stage testing, phase 5. Subject is instructed to fire at shrouded target, one industry standard fashion modeling assistive device, Maniacal. Subject is not informed of nature of target. Observational notes. Subject is fired at target. Auditory reward initiated. Test reset. Subject is fired at observation window. Automated security enabled. Test reset. Subject has fired at subject other. Automated security enabled. Subject has fired at subject other. Automated security enabled. Subject has fired at target. Auditory reward initiated. Subject refuses to fire. Subject refuses to fire. Subject refuses to fire. Subject unresponsive. So the subject was likely shot. All right, we'll see if there's anything else here. We've got some messages. Incoming messages. Oh my, we've got all kinds of stuff to read here. From Marion Blakesley, subject, safety reminder. In light of certain recent incidents, I'd like to remind you all that it's paramount that we follow all Spacer's Choice guidelines regarding safety and security. Yes, you will suffer professional and financial consequences if you're found to be responsible for damaging company property. But here at HIA, inattentiveness and recklessness also endanger highly limited company resources and threaten our overall production schedule. Think about what we are all here to achieve, then consider whether you want to be the one that lets us all down. Luckily, any and all injuries suffered by the volunteers this past week have been minor. All testing will proceed as scheduled. A reminder that all personnel are advised to report to the infirmary if they experience any symptoms listed on the notice LeBlanc provided earlier this month. It is strongly suggested that you use your allotted break to do this, as any losses to productivity will be reflected in your paycheck and/or indentureship agreement. Did you hear that, Achilles? You're still working. You better watch out. They're gonna, you know, it's gonna impact your paycheck and/or indentureship agreement. Let's see what else we've got from A. Ruhan. Subject, just a question. Hey, you and Andre talk about tossball sometimes, right? Have you noticed anything different about him lately? I'm pretty sure he's been at his desk all night. I was going to congratulate him on his newfound productivity, but I took a look at his reports, and some of them have very basic formatting errors. It's not like him at all. Maybe you could ask him about it. If something's wrong with his terminal, he should probably get it taken care of sooner rather than later. Or is he taking Adrena time? From Marion Blakesley, subject, resets. We're going to meet OCI's figures this month. We'll need to double our testing capacity over the next few weeks. To that end, I need everyone in observation to work with disposal to have the preparation time between tests. Have the volunteers exit at a jog if you have to. Just try not to let them see the bodies, so they know exactly what's happening here, and they are proceeding anyway and covering it up. Or at least brushing it under the rug, because they just don't really care. A. Hammond, subject, hey. Look, Embry lost his head because he couldn't keep up with the work. He was never going to amount to anything, and we all knew it. The surprise is that he lasted this long. I don't know why my reports are any of your business to begin with, but I know how to use a damn computer. I bet Weaver put you up to this. I've been working twice as hard as anyone else in this office this past month, and now she thinks I'm going to outpace her. But maybe it's simpler than that. These emails used to be just a nuisance. Now I'm starting to think maybe your loyalty is to some other corporation. That's interesting. So after being questioned, now he's aggressive. Let's see, we've got some outgoing messages. To A. Hammond, subject, the boss. Hey Andre, Dr. Blakesley started to come down here pretty often, usually for the morning shift. She hasn't said anything, just watches us go through tests for a while, and then gets up and walks out. Weaver tried to give her a report, I think, but Blakesley gave her a look and that was the end of it. You think we're doing something wrong? You'd tell me if you knew anything, right? I'll split my lunch with you again. Oh, and hey, great game last night, huh? Ricky Johansson, observation room technician. Okay. I think there was one more. Yep, Mantisaurs. Yeah, we're going back to mannequins for Phase 5. None of the test subjects felt too torn up about shooting killer bugs from Monarch, I guess. Should make things easier for you over in disposal, right? The best part is that one of the cages didn't close properly last night and a couple of the little mantipillars got loose. Who knows where they are by now? Morley had an absolute fit. I don't think he likes bugs. So that explains how we have mantisaurs. Explains how we have mantisaurs on this asteroid and why they are cold-oriented. They must have evolved quickly to be able to adapt to the cold. And Achilles says, I'm in a very strong union and I'm not working hard.
Understood. I'll keep my head down.
Okay, and we've got a marauder right here,
I saw you coming.
who is now dead. All right, so let's go through here and continue our... Try sneaking where we can, despite the fact that our companions are very loud. Okay, that one's behind something, so we can't get there. All right, are you... Can I get you here? Looks like it. Okay, I think we're all right. And there should be one around here. I see you. Anybody else? I think everybody else is clear. Oh no, we've got a drug drone.
Clean up the competition.
So the drone was likely flying around and giving them automated dosages.
Reputation and maintenance job fulfilled.
Okay, now I think we're clear. And are we, what, going back where we started? I see more hostile triangles, but... Okay, that we can't get to from here.
This can't be good.
Anybody alive in here? I see an arrow, but yeah, you're in the other room. Yep, they're in the other room. We're cool. Okay, so where are we going now? Maintenance access. Maybe we sneak through here.
Each discovery is worse than the last. Human depravity knows no bounds, does it?
Oh.
Substance disposal method noted.
Efficient organic substance disposal method? Is that what I think it... Oh. So here's where they sent the test subjects after they got killed or removed. Straight down that conveyor belt into an incinerator. Oh. Oh. Not even an incinerator. A trash compactor. They just compacted them into trash. You can see their uniforms and bones and gore. Oh, wow. So, yeah, Spacer's choice. It's not the best choice, but it's Spacer's choice. So how do you like that? And we have an elevator that is presumably going to take us somewhere. Yes, the administrative level. Let's see what's going on up here. Meat cube. Okay, administrative level. Where are we going? Over that way. And I don't have 150 lockpick. So we're not getting through that.
Did you enjoy the show? I didn't. You should have left Gorgon in its grave, where it belongs. Now I'm afraid I have to find a more permanent way.
Where are you talking to me from?
Down.
If this person is spending so much time watching us, where will they find the time to plot their diabolical machinations that will spell our doom?
And we have a phonograph. Is this one that we need for our test? Or for our quest?
Yeah, there you are.
Yes.
It's off, right? I don't understand these contraptions.
Dr. Blakesley, ma'am, I've come to
maybe
say
not.
that it's time. I'm gonna do it.
Do what?
I'm gonna try for one of the shuttles.
You little shit. You've lost your mind.
If I can just make it to the landing pad, I'll be free.
Be reasonable, Morley. The project is almost over. We'll be out of here by October.
Ma'am, it's January. You're recording, by the way.
Damn it!
And we've got John W. in the chat. Welcome, John. Good to see you. Okay, so the people running the show here have been trying to cover up their depravity. They've been turning test subjects into meat cubes. And here we have another terminal. Admin functions. Override synthesis and manufactory center lockdown. Well, that's what we came to do. So we'll do that. Return to admin functions. Return to root. Messages. John says, playing nuclear winter and killed a guy. He downed me, but I had last laugh equipped and it killed him. That's amazing. I tried that for a while myself, but it never seemed to work. But I'm glad that it worked for you. That's always fun. All right, let's check out our incoming messages. From Olivia Ambrose, frequency of testing subject updates. Marion, it's been 3 weeks. Where the fuck are the reports from HIA? Deliver them to me by the end of the day or deliver me your letter of resignation. I'm done asking. In the future, you will send me bi-weekly reports of HIA's status. These reports will include an inventory of test subjects, which version of the Gorgon compound they've been administered, how frequently those administrations have occurred, and who has been administering them. To these reports, you will append a mortality record. This record will include an accounting of the burn-down rate of our current stock of volunteers and compound ampules. In addition to a thorough analysis of their injuries, I want to see charts, Mary. Big fucking charts with lots of precious little numbers. And before you ask, bi-weekly means twice a week. Don't pretend you don't know what I mean. Well, that's not actually what bi-weekly means, but, you know, when you have somebody with absolutely no moral compass whatsoever, maybe it doesn't matter. Return to incoming. All right, from Olivia Ambrose, subject, condolences, etc. Marion, personalize and forward the following note to the families of the deceased volunteers. Take carbon copies and send those on to Lucian at the usual address. Make certain he gets every single one. Dear Name, it is with regret that I write to inform you of the death of your relation, Name. They died peacefully, attended by their fellows. Please accept our sympathies in this difficult time. Though it may offer you little comfort, know that your relation died in service of a better, more productive Halcyon. In accordance with the agreement Name signed with Tartarus Corrections, a division of United Defense Logistics, their term of incarceration is now considered complete. So it doesn't really tell the person what was going on, but it does tell them that, I guess, their sentence is over, which, you know, one would assume because they're dead. And probably turned into a meat cube. And, okay, return to messages, outgoing. Let's see what we've got here. To L. Goodfellow, latest results. Goodfellow. Yes, many of the subjects still exhibited increased energy levels and compliance, the same euphoric response, but they inevitably crash. Testing clearly suggests that Chem's Compound X has extreme and irreversible effects when administered repeatedly over a long period of time. Several volunteers in the old SCO2 group are barely verbal. When they do speak, it's to beg for more of the compound. I'm finding it hard to shine that up for you, Lawrence. So good you'll beg for more? Don't you dare use that. If we could dilute the compound or even ease out the schedule, we could mitigate some of the addictive effects. weaning some of the earlier test subjects off the compound. Ugh. Apologies for a surprise yawn there. Weaning some of the earlier test subjects off the compound might buy us some time until Chem refines the formula. I need time, Lawrence. Dr. Marion Blakesley. And now we've got one to Morley, testing reports. Morley, I need you to compile some of the test results from the past month. Pull a subset from the reports we forwarded to OCI if you like, so long as there are charts. Make sure the worst of the mortality reports are up front, will you? So Blakesley was complying with Dr. Ambrose's request for reports and charts, and was not necessarily sending her accurate data, but just wanted to make sure she had some charts, which would likely shut her up.
I will become numb to these incessant horrors.
Let's see here. That's Halcyon for you. What did you expect?
I keep hoping to see some shred of decency, but I'm afraid there's very little to be found. They knew. They knew Adrena Time did this, yet still released it. All to serve their inexhaustible greed.
Mm-hmm. Somehow this doesn't surprise me.
Then we're in agreement, though I wish I could say that it did. The contents of that journal could ultimately unleash something even worse than we've seen. Are we sure we want to deliver it to this Lucian fellow?
Well, I don't trust Lucian. Let's get the journal before he sends someone else. If he's paying good money, that journal's his, end of discussion. I'm figuring this out one step at a time. Let's go. That sounds good for now. All right, I think we can move on here. I think we get the point of all that. We accomplished what we came here for. So now let's take a peek at the journal. Access the chem lab. That's next. All right, and are you sending me... Where are you sending me? Okay, well, I'm trying to follow the quest marker here, but it doesn't seem to be... Is it out this way?
I'll be glad to have seen the end of this place, though it will be some time before my mind will be
Here we go. Achilles says it's a rainy day, been doing that all day. Is that playing Nuclear Winter or making meat cubes? All right, let's see here. Okay, so this is the rear of the facility. We're back sort of outside. Ah, but we did not find... We did not find the phonograph. So let's head back in and find that phonograph while we're here. We don't need to drag this out any further than we need to. Let's take care of this as efficiently as possible. Looks like it's almost right below us. It was in Observation Room B. No, you're sending me outside. Okay, here we go. So we don't want to go back outside. We want to go find the one that's in here. If I can keep myself from getting all spun around. Can we get to Observation Room B is the next question. And I'm not sure we can from here. Let's go hit the elevator. Super Marlin says hello there. Hello, how you doing tonight? And Achilles says yawning, the meat cubes are on the weekend. Speaking of meat cubes, we're back in the meat cube factory. That's what happens when you fail the test. Is it in here? No. Oh, we have another terminal. Incoming messages. Oh, this is stuff we've seen. Okay, we're good. We don't have to read through all that again. Volunteer quarters. That's not what we want. We want subject testing room B. Is that this way? No, that's the elevator. Now we're back in the meat cube room. Oh, that's right. We followed the meat cube conveyor belt to get down here. Oh, there's a whole pile of them there. Where are they going with them? Are they just sitting there rotting? Okay, well, whatever floats your boat there, Spacer's Choice Corporation. You'd think they would have at least turned them into a rubbery snack. "23 meters that way." There's our phonograph. Oh.
I don't believe we've discussed side effects, Dr. Ambrose.
The drug's not ready for release yet. The side effects are immaterial.
So it's dangerous. Perhaps it results in some thrilling mutations. Forearms, maybe? Or a second head?
Try delusion, paranoia, gastric bleeds, violence, and fatal insomnia. Shall I enumerate every way our volunteers have died? Suicide by automech, suicide by hanging, starvation.
Cut the recording, Georgie.
You sure, boss? I just put on a new cylinder. Stroke, spontaneous combustion, internal exsanguination.
Just turn it off.
Okay. So there was our next phonograph, and we need to go somewhere else now. So we'll reactivate our quest. Check the map and see if we can just fast travel. Oh no, we can't. We're indoors. That's right. Okay. All right, we're indoors. We can't fast travel out. So now we got to make our way back outside. I'll tell you what, that is one technological leap forward that Fallout 76 made. That all other RPGs should copy. Oh, here's room B. Okay, I guess we're gonna have to kill some stuff first. I think we can handle it.
Volunteers are expected to follow all instructions without hesitation.
Let's go!
Okay, and then we should have one more in here somewhere. Looks like Sam is taking care of business. Looks good. Do we have a way out of here? Is the elevator this way? Yes, the elevator's this way. We go back through the meat cube room. That's not the way. Or was it? No, that was not the way. This is the way to the elevator. And Marshall's here. I arrived just in time to hear Fisty sing the praise of the almighty Todd Howard. Praised be his name. Hello, Fisty. Hello, chat. How you doing tonight, Marshall? And yes, indeed. And I've been catching up on The Handmaid's Tale, so saying praise be to Todd Howard does feel a little weird. But, you know, it may be appropriate in the case of fast travel from interiors. It may be earned. Okay. Here is our door to the outside, and we'll fast travel once we get out there. And Marshall says, just woke up from a nap, so I'm doing good. How about you? I am doing great. We're going to get ourselves through Peril on Gorgon tonight. At least that's the plan.
Find in caves around here.
Birdie's research site. Oh, interesting. So we're going to have some more lore here, probably. Some notes we can't read. A datapad. Virgil Sharp's datapad. Birdie. Law damn it, Birdie, what I tell you about pestering Maurice. He's not interested. If you scare him off the project, you're gone. I don't care if you're my kid sister, we need this research. We don't need you. Got it? Good. I took a look at the preliminary schedule you sent over. You got all the tasks tracked, but the timing is off. For one thing, you have me finishing the metal casings fabrication after the package is supposed to be complete. Find me at my workstation in the mines near OCI when you get off shift. I'll go over the rest of my criticisms in person by the marvelous mustache of Excelsior, Gil. P.S. How long we do have to keep saying that? It's ridiculous. Okay. Not sure what's going on there. Find his workstation by the mines? I don't know. We've been by the mines a couple of times, and I don't remember seeing anything there. Ah, here we go. Pick up the exhilarating adventures of Archibald Excelsior, issue number 3. A comic from the cult classic Ace Exterminator series. Tragically canceled after its brief 4-issue run, scribbled in felt tip on the comic's spine is the word "and." After pacifying the canid threat, rejuvenated hero Archibald Excelsior is deployed to the subterranean metropolis of Hephaestus to quell the rise of super-villainous a cappella band, the Sprat Pack, when a new foe arrives to stop him. Buff Hardman, acquisitions agent of Super Dark Reclamation, will stop at nothing to acquire Hephaestus Mining's productive corporate enclave for his shadowy shipping concern. Holy alliteration. Okay. When Excelsior interferes with Hardman's plan to mind control the Sprat Pack, Hardman turns his dastardly mind control ray on Excelsior. Will our mustachioed hero free his mind from Hardman's power with his newly healed heart intact? Wow. Interesting stuff. So, mind control ray? Did we already find that? I feel like we already found that. Maybe that's what this was leading us to. Pretty sure one of our characters... Yeah, one of our characters already has a mind control ray. Okay, so now where are we going? Let's see here. Quest marker. Oh, good. We have a fast travel marker. So we can go straight there.
Let's hope Jasper's pharmaceutical special blend hasn't affected his...
Super Marlin says, damn it, Fisty, stop scaring them. I'm not scaring anybody. Everybody's just very fortunate that it's not a camp building stream tonight. At least their livers are. Okay. No reason to attack them. because level's already maxed out. And it looks like we're going in here.
This facility is currently experiencing a heightened security event. Accessing this facility requires voice-modulated passphrase. Please speak the passphrase.
So I can play Dr. Lowe's audio recording. I can do a dumb dialogue, the passphrase, or we can sing It's Not the Best Choice, where we're going to do our dumb playthrough.
Error. Passphrase not recognized. Please speak the passphrase.
So it's going to be Dr. Lowe's audio recording. Let's just roll with that.
We attest to the zest with our hand on our chest. Be impressed as our guest by what we've finessed. You are blessed to ingest what we thoroughly test. You've tried the best, now try the rest. Spacer's choice.
Passphrase accepted. Access granted. Welcome, Dr. Jasper Lowe.
And we're in. And Achilles confirms that yes, Parvati has the mind control ray, so there we go. I'm glad one of you is keeping track of my gameplay. Compound harvesting and enrichment center. Okay, sounds great. Sounds wonderful. Okay, so what do we have to do now that we're in here? We need to send the override authorization once again.
Area assessment. This room is moderately trashed. Time to clean is estimated at 23.5 minutes.
This room is moderately trashed. Let's go ahead and sell off our junk. And we've still got a little bit of carry weight. That door doesn't open. That takes us back outside. Okay, this is where we're going.
What is it about me that eludes that tiny little mind of yours? I've switched on.
Where are you talking from?
System. I trust the mechanicals will sort you out. Good luck.
Ah, more threats from the Aether. How pleasant. Must be our shadowy nemesis from the OCI.
Clearly. Well, let's keep moving. So it sounds like some kind of security threat has been enabled. I'm sure we can handle it. And it seems that we're heading over this way. Looks like we can just crouch underneath that. Well, glad you turned on all that security. I don't see... Oh, no, there we go. Okay, so we got some robots.
On your back, Captain. Putting trash in its rightful place for more than 70 years.
Oh, you gotta love Sam. And we've got another one here.
On we go.
And that looks like it for the threats in this room. What else do we have? I see a terminal. Let's see what's on here. Material processing. Welcome S. Dunlop. Critical update. This is an automated message triggered by the Spacer's Choice Contingency Management Program. Please do not respond to this message. Congratulations, contingency number 77-1. Abundance of raw material is now in effect. Due to a higher than projected volume of Compound X harvested in this laboratory, your production quotas have been raised by 200%. Please bear in mind that bi-weekly quota reviews are automatically generated and forwarded to Project Gorgon Administration and the Office of Creative Incubation. Any dereliction in production will be reflected in your review. So congratulations, you did excellent work. We're now going to ask you to do that all the time. And open last entry. Experimental log S. Dunlop. experimental enrichment of Compound X. Expose Compound X sample to N-ray. Concentrate for 30 seconds. Consulted research notes. Notes incomplete and damaged. Okay, 60 seconds. Toxicity levels high. Disposed. Woke up, fell asleep at table. Sample failed. Researcher's addendum. Unplanned sabotage event destroyed any relevant research notes. Forced to rely on outdated notes. Expected time lost, 6 to 16 months. Attempt to replicate. Research unsuccessful. We'll try again after resting eyes for a minute. So someone sabotaged the research. Oops. All right, where are we going? We going this way? No. We're going this way? No. But we've got another security robot.
Here we go. Press for the
Scoured with
Okay, nothing we can't handle. Where am I going? $115 meters that way, but we can't get through from here. So I presume we've got to go down the cave-looking thing. Or is it... Oh, it's right through here. Okay, we might have some threats in here. Anybody? No? Nobody's home? Okay by me. Wait a minute, this is where we just were. Well, that's not where we need to go. But we also don't need to get shot by that robot.
right hit. That's the last of them.
I'm going down the cave-looking thing. I don't know if it's right or not, but I'm going down the cave-looking thing. Oh, we've got a gorilla.
We go.
Okay, one down.
Sterling. Right on the jaw.
Oh, that's it. Okay, it's already dead. We have some bones. All right, looks like the cave thing was the way to go.
Primals, too? They wanted to make sure they made all the bad decisions, didn't they?
Blakeney says the helmets on my companions don't show up anymore because of the update. The update in the Outer Worlds? Maybe you just need to reset that show companion headwear setting.
Here we go. Roll may go.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think our companions can handle it. We can just sit back and let them kill the monkeys. John says, Overseer and Nuclear Winter, been a long time. Sorry, just excited. Hey, nothing wrong with that. That is an achievement.
Good news, customer. All germs and contaminants have been neutralized.
I love Sam. Sam's great. Are we going the right way? Yeah, looks like we're going the right way. So as Vicar Max pointed out, they were making all the bad choices.
Here we go.
And I take offense to that. That's my job. I'm here to make bad decisions. Spacer's Choice doesn't need to do that. And just missed. go. And where are we going now? In here.
I wonder if this is where Lo was when his mind was pushed to its breaking point.
You're remarkably intent on scuttling my every plan to end you. How inconsiderate. Especially after I've gone to so much effort to see Gorgon rest in peace. It's a good thing, then, that I finally figured out what you're after. I'll see you soon, little weasel.
Is it just me, or does it seem like our mysterious nemesis watches too many Aetherwave serials?
That may be possible, Vicar Max. It may be possible. Okay, here's a terminal. What do we have here? Admin functions. We're going to override the lockdown and return to the root. And we've got some messages. Incoming messages from Olivia Ambrose, updated security practices. Pursuant to last week's incident, new security practices are now in effect. All lab personnel must tidy their workstations at the end of their shift. Close and lock all drawers, safes, closets, vents, and lab doors before leaving for the day. All visitors must be accompanied. Furthermore, any laboratory tech accompanying a guest who has not received certification in either self-defense or hand-to-hand combat must also be accompanied by a member of the security team. All confidential information must remain as such. Do not discuss the nature of your work outside. Oh, another one. Do not discuss the nature of your work outside or inside the lab except to warn peers of imminent danger, such as fire, chemical spill, or suspected corporate espionage. All laboratory techs are to isolate themselves until further notice. Any laboratory tech found fraternizing in groups of 2 or more, or found speaking with the same person more than once, will be remanded to Spacer's Choice Human Resource Re-Education and Reallocation Department. Finally, unless you are actually physically sitting in an interview session pre-approved by me, do not speak to the fucking journalists. Dr. Olivia Ambrose, Project Director. Okay. And let's see what's next here. AT concerns. Jasper, I dug into the volunteer data Marion sent over. You were right. The current formulation is resulting in alarming outcomes even by SC standards. SC being Spacer's Choice. Priantha and I performed a... Well, I don't feel tired. I really, truly don't. Priantha and I performed a handful of autopsies on this week's deceased and made a few notable observations. In one case, that of a young man in his early 20s. We noted a degree of gray matter loss one would expect to see in a man of 70. His brain had also atrophied to a shocking extent, again as one might expect in a much older man. In another case, that of a woman in middle age, the subject was no longer able to achieve natural sleep. After 11 consecutive days of wakefulness, she was no longer able to distinguish her violent hallucinations from reality. Yet even as she spiraled, she demanded additional injections. I was sure our last tweak would reduce the incidence of violence among the volunteer population. We might attempt to further refine the compound through partitioning, though I'm doubtful that will be efficacious. Violence aside, I'm growing increasingly concerned by the habit-forming nature of the compound. What do you think? And one more, monthly physicals. The materials we work with are dangerous and will result in permanent injury, disfigurement, or madness when handled for extended periods. Therefore, all laboratory personnel will now report to the project physician, Dr. Priantha LeBlanc, for monthly physicals and psychiatric evaluations. I do this out of an abundance of caution. Schedule your first appointment immediately and notify me when you do. I have access to your medical records, so I will know when you shirk. Do not make me drag you to this office myself. And that's it. What does Max have to say?
It seems like the inmates were running the asylum here.
It does kind of look that way, but, you know, you do remember the guy who was running it, right?
This would break anyone who had anything even resembling a conscience. This whole project wrought mental destruction on everyone involved, including themselves. All brought to you by Spacer's Choice's best and brightest.
Uh-huh. Things probably didn't start out this way. This place is a wreck. They were pushed to do the impossible by people who weren't accountable. You said it, this is Spacer's Choice's best and brightest we're talking about.
Just think of the damage their worst and dimmest could do. I hope this Lucian fellow knows what he's doing. This colony might not survive another failed product launch of this magnitude.
Uh-huh. So we're being asked to justify our choice or take a side here again. He's investing a lot in a better outcome. He's not doing it to remake old mistakes. I don't care about Lucian's plans as long as his money's good. We can evaluate Lucian's intentions later. First, let's get the journal. I'm not ready to commit to a path yet. Okay, and before we leave here, let's get our phonograph. And we'll catch up on the chat real quick here. Achilles says, it's not the best choice. It's in the jingle. This is true. Marshall says, oh, by the way, an update on that Atomic Shop issue I had yesterday. They restored my atoms. Awesome. I had a feeling they would, and it sounds like they did it pretty quickly. So that's good. Good for them. Hey, you know what? Accidents happen. Bugs happen. We know that that's going to happen from time to time. The key is, do you fix it quickly? And it looks like they did. So that's good. That's all we can really ask. And Spacer's Choice sounds like such a charming place to work. Clearly, well, they have a fantastic jingle. And Lakeney says, I had added Adrenatime to my inhaler before I even realized what the side effects were. Took that right out of there. Yeah, the side effects are pretty nasty. I did look at them before putting it in there, and as such, I decided not to put it in. But yeah, side effects for Adrenatime are pretty bad. Okay, so we've got to go back up to where we were before, it looks like. Usually these phonographs aren't anything too terribly complicated to hunt down.
Dirt alert!
Dirt alert!
Everyone all right? Alert!
Anybody else?
Caught! Hit!
All right, there we go. And where is our phonograph? Still 10 meters that way. And another terminal. Critical error, damage to data storage detected, memory malfunction detected, unable to retrieve data. Welcome, G. Zhang. Run diagnostics. Error. Research data. Memory corruption. Open last entry. Okay, so just one entry here. To whom it may concern. This morning, I and my colleagues gathered in the reception hall. Every 10th stamp... Here we go. Every 10th staff member at this laboratory was released from service. I am one of them. My indenturement contract to Spacer's Choice, which stipulates a lifetime of productive service as a researcher in the field of organic chemistry, has been terminated. I've served Spacer's Choice for most of my life. Working at the Gorgon facility is the highlight of my career. If I leave Gorgon, I will have nowhere else to go. Because my contract guaranteed my work for the duration of my life, to end that contract is tantamount to ending my life. If you have the power to reconsider your decision, I ask you kindly to reconsider. I'm willing to work without pay if necessary. This job is all I have. Please allow me to fortify my spirit by continuing to work. And there we see, this is what I think is interesting. You and I will look at this situation and say that Spacer's Choice is terrible, and the way they treat their people is terrible, and the whole indenturement service program is terrible and tantamount to slavery and all those things. And based on the morality and ethics of our world, that is very true. But this isn't our world. This is what these people know. The timeline in the outer world split right around World War I. So the robber baron corporations were never broken up. Maybe I'm misusing those words there, but the big giant corporate conglomerates of the world in the early 20th century were never broken up. The union movement never happened. We never saw all of that. So this is the world that all of these people know. So even if they can work without pay, they're convinced that this is the way to live. And that if they can't do that, then they might as well be dead. Would we look at it that way? Of course not. But they might. So it's interesting as we make decisions through here. You know, just because we're making decisions, if you're playing through as a quote-unquote good character, you're making decisions that are based on the morality of our universe. Is that really good? It's easy for us to see it as good, but would someone who has spent their life living in the Halcyon colony agree? Maybe, maybe not. We've seen some resistance, but we've also seen how bizarre that resistance is. Weird religious movements and things like that, that you know, they still don't really embrace the morality of our world. So it's very interesting to me. And we've got our another phonograph.
Roscoe, it's Georgie. If you're hearing this, you must still be holed up at the Sprat Shack. And you're not gonna like this one bit. I was trying to steal our recordings when things went crazy. I know. Like I said, sorry. And I'm gonna be in a heap of trouble if I don't get them, so if you want to save my bacon, you need to do it for me. I need the 3 interviews we did with Ambrose, this one here, plus another recording of my own. I left that last one with a guy who owed me a favor at the garbage processing office in the chemical waste ravine. I'll leave an automech near Stellar Freighting. It'll want all 5 recordings, plus a passphrase. Glacial Age. Oh, and don't listen to my log, all right? Just stay safe and keep your head down.
Uh-huh, so something nefarious is afoot. There is a plot afoot on Gorgon between this journalist and his former partner. So now, where do we need to go? All right, so we can continue this one, return the phonographs to Roscoe. We can do that right now. We don't have to go after the other one, but Georgie hid a phonograph in a locker in the garbage processing office in the chemical waste ravine. So let's see if we can find that one. And I think I'm still in an interior, yes. That's the Sprat Shack, so that's where we can take them if we want to just be done. But here's the other one. So we want to probably fast travel to here. But first we've got to find our way out. Which looks like is up this way. Shouldn't be too big of an ordeal. Thankfully there is no AP when we sprint.
To a breath of fresh air after the stench of this place.
Okay, so 182 meters that way. But can we fast travel? Cannot fast travel near hostiles. And I'm not sure it really benefits us to fast travel anyway. But we've got to get down there. So it probably does. Okay, let's see if we can clear out the hostiles.
Easy does it.
It is clean, mean, and ready to kill germs.
If we jump from here, we're going to die. Okay, looks like we can go around this way. Alright, so where are we? Listen to Max.
it dirty, Sam cleans it up.
That's the last of it.
Okay, so there we go. Now we should be able to fast travel out. There we go. So we'll get a lot closer if we head down here, I think. I'm fairly certain we're approaching the end of the DLC here.
Did you know there are 7...
It shines on us today.
Neutralize and sanitize.
We're gonna get as many of these guys as we can.
Someone hit.
Pollutant purified.
All right, nothing too crazy there. And we've got to head this way. Let's just make sure of that. Nope, we got to go the other way. Okay. Portable phonograph that way. So we're going to finish up the phonograph quest. And then I'll probably take a quick break. And then we'll get to the end of the DLC.
Contaminant detected.
Canid sparkler. So that's that bioluminescence we've got showing there. That's kind of cool. And which way are we going now? Okay, so we need to go around this way. Can we go around that way? I don't know that that's where I want to go. Oh yeah, that is another level, isn't it? Okay, I think that's the way we want to go. Marshall says, what are those things? Product of genetic engineering or nature? I think they're a product of nature, but I'm not sure how they got to the asteroid. There's probably some terminal somewhere that tells us. All right, and let's see if this gets us where we need to go. But yes, nature will evolve intriguing features. Alright, we'll break out the companion special attacks here. Oh.
This area has been sanitized.
This area has been sanitized. Okay, so looks like we're going up here. Are these giant meat cubes? No, these are just trash cubes. Okay, that's good. Just some sprats. And we'll find ourselves another phonograph in here around giant piles of trash. Garbage processing log. First day on the new job. I can't believe this. What a joy to be here. What a sudden and complete surprise to be promoted to head garbage processing officer. Would be nice if there were another officer here to teach me the job, but I guess he fell into the feed chute last week. I've made a note not to do this. Aha. I've started by reading all available notations regarding the trash compactor. If Spacer's Choice believes that I, a humble chemist, am suited to such lofty work, then I will do my best to succeed at it. Unfortunately, the operating manual for the compactor is covered in bloodstains, which does make it difficult to understand. Day 3. Compactor was making weird noises today. I thought it was a problem with the compression chamber, so I spent most of the afternoon troubleshooting with the manual. Turns out a sprat had gotten into the hopper. Day 5, the emergency stop does not work. Day 8, my arms are killing me, and my back, and let's see, yep, my shoulders. Most of me aches. I thought this was supposed to get easier. Guess I'm not used to physical labor yet. I'm seriously considering microdosing with Adrenatime. Maybe once they've gotten a few more of the kinks sorted out. Assuming the idiots over at the chem lab have stopped bickering long enough to do their jobs. Day 19, what am I even doing here? I'm a chemist for law's sake. I don't know how any of this works. I'm surprised I have both arms left, not that anyone ever comes by the shack to notice. Day 33, I don't know why I'm bothering with the log. No one's going to read it. No one has any intention of reading it. It's pen and paper. They could at least pretend to give a flying fish sticks and give me a data log. This is sprat shit. Day 52. Today I compacted a marauder's corpse into a tiny cube of meat just to see what it would look like. I should have felt disgusted, but when I looked at the end result, I didn't feel a thing. Day 76. Is there something I'm meant to do to maintain the machine? Maybe oil it or something? Day 100. What a milestone. Day 101, made a game out of lobbing sprats into the compactor's hopper. Gave myself extra points for the live ones. What have I become? Day 140, I wonder what it would look like to run a mantis swarm through the feed chute. What would it look like all crushed down into a tiny cube? Got a message from the mine to come out and clean up some kind of cargo rail accident. Had to trek all the way out there just to tell them I don't deal with fluids. Morons. Here's me at my lowest. I've been picking out the most hazardous trash I can find, and I'm saving it up to do something nasty to Clarence's place. Need to figure out which room is his. What if I just dove in there? Law, that would hurt. Imagine how slowly and painfully it would crush my body down into juice and meat and shards of bone. The mine crew is still after me to clean up their little accident. Like I'm not up to my ears in garbage out here. Bodily fluids are outside my wheelhouse. Any bodily fluids from compressing organic material are just incidental. I'm done with this log. I'm done with everything. Maybe I'll let the garbage pile up forever. Maybe it'll pile up so high it'll spill out across the canyon and drown everything and everyone. I can only hope. So clearly we have one disgruntled garbage worker, and there may be a meat cube around here somewhere if we look closely enough. Okay, let's see here. There's a player piano. And there should be a phonograph in here. There it is. All right, let's see what this one has to say. Meat cube? Nope.
Tell me about the production of Adrenatime, Dr. Ambrose. I hear Compound X is a unique challenge to work with.
It's temperamental. It must be refined under tightly controlled circumstances at tremendously low temperatures.
Do you compound it with anything else? Tell me more about your refining process. Our audience is conversant in the sciences, very detail-oriented, so don't be afraid to get technical.
Last time I met you, you spoke like a groundbreaker builder sprat. Why the sudden airs and such specific questions? Does your minder know what you're up to? Does he suspect you're a spy?
Pardon me.
Uh-huh. So, Roscoe's partner was a spy. So now we probably have a choice here. So I can deliver the phonographs to Georgie's automech. A woman named Georgie asked Roscoe to deliver the portable phonographs to her personal automech near Stellar Freighting. Or I can give them to Roscoe. I found all the portable phonographs Roscoe needed to complete his employment contract. You can return them to him in the Sprat Shack. So theoretically, if I take them to the automech, that's going to complete Georgie's task, which would potentially pay Georgie or maybe pay me, but would likely not get Roscoe off Gorgon. Well, we are here to make terrible choices and do terrible things. So I'm pretty sure that corporate espionage over getting an innocent reporter off the rock is probably the worst thing to do. So let's do that. And that automech is right around the corner here. I've seen it before. Don't know if I saw it on this playthrough or not, but I've definitely checked it out. I didn't turn these in on my Xbox playthrough, so I don't know how this goes, but we'll turn them in here. NTVUR.
This unit is currently in wait cycle. Please return later.
Marshall says, suddenly this feels like an Old Man McRib playthrough. Well, it pretty much is. Spaceman McRib. Okay, so we can kick the automech.
Error. Tilt alarm engaged. Entering emergency reconciliation mode. This unit has been programmed to express despair. Please treat this unit with kindness. This unit is currently in wait cycle. Please return later.
Why is it in wait cycle?
Have a better than natural day.
Is this not where I'm supposed to go? Okay, let's read the instructions again. Just supposed to deliver the phonographs to Georgie's automech. Let's try again.
This unit is currently in wait cycle. Please return later.
Let's kick it again.
Error. Tilt alarm engaged. Entering emergency reconciliation mode. This unit will now engage calamity protocol. This unit is currently in wait cycle. Please return later. Have a better than natural
Blakeney says,
day.
is there console around there? Okay, maybe there's a console somewhere near here. Not there. Let's look around for a console. Maybe there's something else here. I definitely don't see a console. Maybe in here? Not so far. I don't know. You'd think there would be a quest marker if I needed to go to a console, though. I'm beginning to wonder if maybe it's just bugged. Oh, maybe we have to climb up here. No, nothing up here. Maybe we just need to talk to it again.
This unit is currently in wait cycle. Please return later. Error. Tilt alarm engaged. Entering emergency reconciliation mode. Calamity. This unit is currently in wait cycle. Please return later. Have a better than natural day.
All right, well, I'd like to do the bad thing, but the bad thing is inconvenient and takes time, so, you know, Spaceman McRib ain't got patience for that. We'll just go give these to Roscoe and call it done. Spaceman McRib ain't gonna sit around and wait for auto mechanicals to kick in. Here's a terminal. let's just check this one out. This one has some lore on it, too. So, I avoided this terminal earlier because when I did my playthrough on Xbox personally when it came out, I found this terminal at the beginning of the DLC, and it basically told us everything. So there was no mystery at that point, and there wasn't that much mystery to this, but there was a little bit. So I didn't want to hit it right away, so let's check the first thing. Check electricity rationing bill. Pay Tran D bill. Currently owes 9508 bits. Yeah, we're not going to pay that. Shipment history, outgoing shipments. Accessing log archive. Ship name Perseus, voyage Terra 2, loop E1, port of load Gorgon, port of discharge Edgewater. Contents 2,000 cartons containing redacted. 3 discharge staff, 5 reassigned staff. Alert, manifest content exceeds the recommended maximum weight of this vessel. So 2,000 contents of redacted must be Adrena time. Shipment ID, next one, going to Stellar Bay. 100 cartons of containing prototype redacted, raw ore of redacted, 15 reassigned staff. Incoming shipments, we have port of load Tartarus, port of discharge Gorgon, sterile injection ampules, 30 high-pressure steel cylinders containing oxygen, 25 volunteers. So Tartarus is the prison planet. So, yeah, they're not volunteers. They're the test subjects. Vessel name, Profit Margin. Voyage Terra 2, Loop B7, port of load Byzantium, port of discharge Gorgon. 3 corporate security squads containing 3 fire teams each. Ammo, and Moonman standees. Okay, so it sounds like they're shipping off reassigned staff, but I wonder what else they're shipping off. Let's look at the archived messages first. Dom, you got to help me out. The Monarch delivery's gone MIA, and now the big guy at corporate is messaging my personal terminal looking for answers. Not mostly, not Goodfellow. That seersucker suit-wearing MFer from Byzantium, Bancroft. Your kid cousin still works in Cascadia, right? Do you think you could hoof it over to Stellar Bay and just, I don't know, poke around the port, see if it's there? The shipment ID's that. The transport we packed last week. I know it's a lot to ask, and you know how I feel about begging for handouts, but I swear to the law, if I looked out my door, that Bancroft guy'd be there in the street slapping a wrench against his palm, like he's a mob boss in one of those bootleg serials from Groundbreaker. Please, man, you know how fond I am of my kneecaps. So we've got a problem there. Message from Clarence Mostly. Various observations on the Argosy's rate of export with a reprimand, Mr. Tran. Are you aware of the concept of relativity? This is a rhetorical question. I'm aware that Spacer's Choice training does not include business philosophy in its curriculum. Consider this a remedial education. Broadly, relativity is an economic idea that describes productivity in terms of relationship. For example, from your point of view, the Argosy's, your freight depot export shipments are at a perfectly reasonable rate. However, from the point of view of your enterprising colleague, the Argosy's freight depot exports shipments at a positively pathetic rate. If a single one of your colleagues is capable of 3 times your productivity, then relative to your colleague, the Argosy Freight Depot is a failure. The rubric of your success is measured relative to your fastest, strongest, and most productive colleagues. Do you understand? Please take a moment to consider the contents of this message and commit them to your heart. Furthermore, please select one of the following reprimands below and append it to your permanent record. A. The quality of your work is unacceptably low by Spacer's Choice standards. B. The quality of your work is unacceptably low relative to that of your colleagues. C. By receiving an official reprimand on your permanent record, you have violated the Spacer's Choice Code of Conduct, which will result in an official reprimand. Work fortifies the spirit, Clarence Mostly. Didn't we kill that guy? I think we killed that guy. Outgoing messages. To S. Reynard. Buddy, I don't understand how you manage to log 3 times the number of shipments I do out of that miserable shack you call an office, but you need to cut it the fuck out. Mosley's been poking at the Argosy's ship rate numbers again, and now he started asking why Lewis and I can't pack as quickly together as you can alone. I'm thinking maybe I should tell him you're dipping into the supply of the prototype Adrenatime. I don't think he'd like that, do you? Shit, maybe you are. If that's the case, well, maybe you ought to come lend me and Lewis a hand when we load up the next haul of test subject corpses. Get yourself a real good view of what Chem's wonder drug does. So they're sending the corpses off-world. Are they all corpses? Does this explain where the Marauders came from? And you know what? I've got a ton of... Oh, we've got a hack. Okay, we can just delete the balance. Do we have anything else here now? We don't. There's no additional... There's no additional benefit to paying that bill. Okay. Well, I thought maybe that terminal would have some connection to... Lakeney says on Fandom, it says some players report unable to turn in the phonographs to the NTVUR despite having all 5, and a quest marker pointing right at it. Yeah, I'm thinking it's just bugged. That's fine. We'll turn them into the other guy. And John W. says 3-star fixer, exploding bullets, 90% reduced weight. Assassin, I'm going to keep it. I would definitely keep that one, and maybe you can re-roll the primary effect once that update comes out. So yeah, I swear there were other entries in there when I read that terminal at another time that specifically talked about test subjects being sent off-world. Maybe I'm just conflating some of those other messages together. But that's what I got from that. You know, we saw reassigned employees, but were they really reassigned employees, or were they former test subjects? Or is it simply that there were a lot of people on this planet using Adrenatime, and when they went off-world, they became Marauders? Either way, this is definitely the source of Halcyon's Marauders. And here's Roscoe.
Hey, there you are. Been wondering how you were doing. Did you manage to find those recordings?
So we can say we can give them the phonographs and say found them all. Can I ask you something? Let's do that.
Sure, I'm an open book.
Oh, this is background stuff. We don't get to talk about the spy? We already know all that stuff.
Not a problem. Anything else?
All right, we found all your phonographs.
Well, I'll be damned. Now I can finally get off this rock and go home. I know it's not much, but take the last of my bits. You've earned every single one, friend.
Yes, I have. Okay. Did you know Georgie was interviewing Olivia Ambrose on her own?
She couldn't have been. We were together all the time. Except, oh shit, my weekly calls with headquarters. What could she even want to ask Olivia Ambrose about? Doesn't make sense.
Production details, ratios and measurements, ingredients, that kind of thing, or shrug. I didn't pay close attention.
Headquarters is serious about their secrets. You look too hard at the wrong thing, it's lights out. Hell, being stuck here might have been the only thing keeping me alive.
Was there something going on between you and Georgie?
No, I mean, I don't know. Sometimes it seemed like there could be, when we were servicing the phonographs, or sharing a beer, but who'd be interested in some forgotten old bastard like me?
So we can use charm and say, I can see the appeal. Unbelievable, you were her boss. Thanks all kinds. Good question, or 5, I really don't care.
Fair enough. Cheers to not giving a shit about my love life. Any other horrible truths you want to reveal to me? Or can I get back to my drinking?
I don't have any more details.
Listen, I appreciate you telling me what happened with those recordings, but I need some time to think. Got a lot to process.
You do that, buddy.
Yeah, yeah. See you around.
All right, and we've completed that quest. And that means, what do we have next? Okay, so we can go back to the main quest. But we don't want to do that. We want to finish Gorgon. So now we've got to find the journal in Olivia's office at the very top of the Synthesis and Manufactory Center. So we're going to find that, and I think there's 1 or 2 more steps, but I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to finish this tonight. So with that, I am going to take a very quick break, and it'll just be a couple minutes here. I'm going to go stretch my legs for a bit, and I shall return. Please do feel free to talk amongst yourselves in the chat, and I'll catch up on that when I get back. But don't go anywhere. We are almost to the end of this part of the story, and we'll definitely get there tonight. I'll be back in just a couple minutes.
Ready when you are.
So what's the plan?
Okay, and I'm back. So now it's time to take on the last quest. And for that, we're going to have to make our way back outside again. Head back over to the elevator. And Dirty Scav in the chat says, hope I'm not too late. Yes, I made it on time for once. You are here. We've got a little while to go yet. We're about to take on the last part of the Peril on Gorgon quest. And let's see here. Okay, so we're getting our carry weight up a little bit. Let's go ahead and scrap some of these items. Wall of Swords. Well, we'll keep it because it's unique. Okay, break down. And we always want to do this regularly to get weapon parts for repairs. I should probably do it a bit more regularly than I do. At this point, I think I've got a pretty solid arsenal that I'm happy with, so I don't really have to think through too many of these. But next time we go back to the ship, I think I'm going to dump some of those unique items off in the storage bin. And how about some of this stuff? I don't think I grabbed a ton of armor, but... yeah, don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Or that. Well, stealth skills, but I've got other stuff with stealth skills. Right now, I really just want to reduce some weight. Engineering, well, let's keep that. Keep that. Hack plus 7. I don't know if I have a hack plus 7 outfit. Let's hold on to that one. Don't really need that. Don't really need that. That's pretty good armor. Maybe we can equip somebody with that. We'll hold on to that for now. I'm holding on to a lot of clothing. But I think I'm going to keep holding on to what I've got. That can go away. As can that. Lockpick plus 5. Don't want to give that up. Alright, I think we're good. Let's roll with what we have here. It brought down the weight a little bit. Oh, and I need to repair all my stuff. There we go. Okay. So now, Lakeney says, I can never remember which outfits have which attributes. I'm always scared I'm going to scrap something I want to use. Yeah, it definitely is a little complicated. Fortunately, things aren't that heavy in this game, so it's not too hard to just keep stuff. All right, where am I going? Oh, we're going here. Okay. Easy enough. We can fast travel right there. Oh, we were literally right there. Okay, cool. All right, let's see if we can get in, unseal the door. Access to the upper levels is currently unrestricted for authorized personnel. Please be sure to check each employee's credentials before unsealing the main entrance. Well, we're in. Let's see what we've got. Wow, look at this place. Quite brightly lit. Corpses on the floor and another big old Spacer's Choice logo. And another giant moon man.
Untidiness is an eyesore and cannot be abided, according to this unit's programming.
No,
To
wait.
the upper levels.
That head's not spinning all the way around, is it? Well, that's not unsettling at all.
I would not have noticed that if not for the fantastic companion dialogue in this game. Okay, am I continuing to go up? Yes. We've got a vending machine. Let's sell off junk. There we go. And let's also sell off some other stuff while we're here. Okay, we want to sell, not buy. Any melee mods can be sold off. Can I not sell? Huh. Do I not have, I wonder if I don't have high enough, reputation with Spacer's Choice? Nervous. I am neutral. Okay. I wouldn't think that would prevent me from selling them my stuff. Let me sell other things. Maybe I can't sell mods. Oh, maybe there are some mods that just can't be sold. No, now I got the option. Okay. Just wasn't popping up. Okay. This is definitely going to help us reduce carry weight a little bit. Because there's a lot of these. And at this point, I don't think I need most of them. Okay, Nightingale Step and Backpack. Those I'll keep. Cooling, I don't care. We can sell those. Silver Tongue, that could be useful, but I don't need all three of them. Tech Kit we can get rid of. Toughening we can get rid of. Armor mod, better armor. It only adds 3. That's not that impressive. That we can get rid of too. Whisper Quiet Muzzler. I want to hold on to those. These I don't really care about. Extendo Sight. I definitely Don't need 7 of them. Hold on to a couple just in case. Same thing with that. Fun times barrels, we don't need 5 of. Whisper Quiet Muzzler. Probably don't need 5 of those either, but that's okay. Gyro Sight. We'll do the same thing. We'll hold on to 1. Okay. And that brought our weight down pretty good. So I am okay with that unless we're holding on to like a ton of anything else here. But I haven't been picking up that much stuff, so I think we're okay. All right, enough of that. Let's get where we need to go. All right, we will pick up weapons because we do need to break those down for parts. But armor, I'm going to not clutter up my inventory with anymore. Entrance not for use by tech support. Okay, there's a restroom and technical support. Oh, we've got terminals all over the place. Let's deal with the marauders first.
Congratulations, customer. Your SAM unit performing at peak capacity.
Whoa, you were fast. I do love that fast effect they have. It's really, really cool. Break out some companion effects.
Sanitation and maintenance job fulfilled.
All right, and we're clear. Spencer Woolrich in Halcyon Nights and Halcyon Helen with post-it notes everywhere. Okay, so we've got some terminals to check out. Messages. Thank you for using Gimsy. Okay, same thing we always see. To V. Newell, subject out of stock. Mr. Newell, no, there are no socks involved in the production of Spacer's Choice Terra-Fried Spratwurst. The T hologram on the machine is likely just malfunctioning. It should read out of stock. Return button. Miss Sutherland, I regret to inform you that vending machines do not take returns. Please do not try to fit your can of Spacer's Choice Gourmet Saltuna fillets into the bit cartridge slot, as it will damage the machine and prevent other employees from using it. Thank you so much for your time. So much. Oh yes, tech support. Having at one time done some tech support work, I feel the pain. I truly, truly do. Okay. To H. Putnam. Subject, a note on notes. Harold, prosperous morning. This is an informal reminder that your adhesive notes are intended to track your trouble tickets. Please do not use your adhesive notes to create patterns on your divider wall. I'd hate to remind you that unsanctioned aesthetic expression is strictly contrary to Spacer's Choice law, and I definitely hate to be reprimanded because I didn't warn you. Please endeavor to use the adhesive notes in a manner prescribed by the Spacer's Choice official guidelines. One too many post-it notes, it seems. And to M. Lou, friendly language for a friendly office. Michael, this is just to tell you that I've reported your recent unsanctioned language to Human Resources. You were recently talking about seeing some of your colleagues act paranoid and violent. Try to remember the new guidelines from corporate. Don't call your colleagues paranoid. They're experiencing dramatically heightened attention. Don't call your colleagues violent. They're showing physically assertive behavior. I'm as concerned as you are about the curious and surprising behavior we've been seeing around the premises. But try to keep our language sanitized. Clean language is a matter of security. Okay, so that kind of confirms it. that just the general Spacer's Choice employees were also dipping into the Adrena time and causing them to behave this way as well. So even if they weren't flying prisoners off the planet, just the reallocated employees
Well done.
were enough to create the Marauders. And H. Putnam is the user here. Personal files. Files located. All right. Character form, Halcyon Hank. Okay, so he's got a character here for a serial. Name, Halcyon Hank. Class, upper. Vocation, free market champion. Backstory, Halcyon Hank is the long-lost half-brother of Halcyon Helen. At the age of 7, he saved his family from a pirate attack, but he had to leave the ship in a separate escape pod. While the rest of his family was rescued by a passing patrol, Hank's escape pod landed on Monarch, and he had to survive in the wild. Raised among raptidons, he foiled numerous schemes concocted by the cannibalistic iconoclasts, who were trying to spread their listless, dependent way of life across the colony. Now he's finally made it off Monarch and is ready to save Halcyon from insert whoever Sally makes as the villain here. Addendum, ask if Sally can make a supporting character that's Hank's love interest. She promised she would last time. There we go. So we've got some hobbies here. Messages from S. Garcia, canceling our session. Harold just sent management my cancellation form regarding our systems and serfdom sessions. I've been told I won't receive a refund on the leisure time I purchased for our group. I'll handle the cancellation fees too. Let's not talk about what happened with Colin at the last session. Let's not talk about Colin at all. Not to management and not to medical either. If you need something for the injury, I'll see about you getting some AT. Sally. Okay, so systems and serfdom is like the Dungeons and Dragons of the Outer Worlds universe. So it seems that these folks have had some kind of incident at one of their games. Maybe someone participating was addicted to Adrena time, and we've got plenty of post-it notes all over the place again, and yet another terminal. Current user, M. Lou, personal files. Automechanical repair, power siphoning. File name, Pam, power siphoning. Primary author, M. Lou. With the battery shortage, I need to find a way to recharge Pam in a pinch. Vargas and I have to divide up all the remaining batteries, and eventually even those won't hold much of a charge. At least not if you just plug the unit into the wall as designed. Turns out, though, Spacer's Choice batteries actually only charge at half capacity if you use them as intended. I think it's planned obsolescence. They don't want the batteries to wear out sooner. They want the batteries to wear out sooner so folks buy more of them. Doesn't make much sense to do it at your own facilities, in my opinion, but what the fuck do I know, right? Anyway, I think I found a way to bypass it, at least on the biped models. If you take two similar units, link their power supplies, and initiate a surge from one unit to the other, it should force the battery to use its full capacity. Basically, I can double the lifespan of our batteries by having the units jump-start each other. Not going to use it just yet, though. Always a chance that someone catches wind of it and they close the loophole. So I'd better save it for an emergency. Pam, weapons tuning. I cannot believe they gave Pam a damn N-ray cannon. Talk about overkill. There's not much in the known galaxy deadlier than N-ray radiation, and once it's let loose, it's hard to contain. Most living things seem to give it off in microscopic doses, not enough to be harmful on its own, but enough to draw larger, deadlier masses of N-rays from one living thing to another within a certain radius, which means I need to take extra care to make sure Pam's cannon is tuned for maximum precision. If the barrel is even 1 degree out of alignment, you'd risk thousands of bits in collateral damage every time she fires it. Okay, Pam, so this must be like Sam. Messages. To J. Vargas, keep your head down. Last week, a pair of technicians at my designated workplace fell into a pretty bad row. There were a lot of seditious words used. I don't want to repeat them here. Management stepped in. I haven't seen them since. I don't think their indenturement contracts were nullified. Otherwise, I would have received a reprimand myself on account of having worked with terminated colleagues. They haven't been in their domiciles. They haven't been at their stations. I don't think they were fired. I think they deserted. I'm not going to share their names because I don't want that on my audit record. All I know is this: the office isn't working the way it should. Dr. Ambrose is nervous, and when she's nervous, we're all nervous. From J. Vargas, keep your head down. Michael, one of my colleagues disappeared 3 nights ago. She'd been falling behind on her deadlines and was medicating herself with AT, adrenotime. I was jealous of her work ethic, so I can't imagine what compelled her to just disappear. Frankly, I'm glad. She was starting to make me look bad. There's something strange happening in the office, and I don't know what to make of it. Nothing's going according to plan. Clarence mostly had a phrase he muttered now and then. The Bancroft coefficient is approaching 1. Apparently there's some fellow named Lucian Bancroft. If he's real, Dr. Ambrose answers to him. I think he's a cipher or a code name or something. I don't know how chaotic or messy a project has to be before that coefficient hits 1, but I know bad things happen when Lucian Bancroft shows up. Contracts nullified, waste disposed, assets eliminated. Yeah, I'll keep my head down. Anything else? No. So there we go. Okay, so we learned about a robot named Pam that's weaponized. And we got a pretty good picture of what's been going on here at the in tech support. Oh, do we have another one? Have we read this one? Nope. Gotta read it. Current user J. Vargas messages to A. Isaacs, inappropriate automech. Sir, I promise you, no automechanical in the galaxy is capable of falling in love with you. Okay, so these are more technical support documents. It is far outside of their set of capabilities. If there's a legitimate reason that this current automechanical is not fulfilling your department's needs, please file a request for an upgrade using Form AM-265B with permission from your manager. To Isaacs A, subject, apologies. No, sir, that was not a comment about your inability to secure a marriage contract. No automechanical is capable of loving you because they are literally not capable of loving anyone. Automechanicals function through a simple series of state machines that are designed to problem solve for a limited list of scenarios. These scenarios all directly relate to the task that the automechanical was created for. In other words, a security automechanical might be able to question unauthorized personnel about where they left their biometric ID card, but a chef automechanical can only ask them if they want extra salt. Even if, in theory, an automechanical was deliberately modified to learn speech patterns and how to mimic human behavior, those behaviors would be a hollow imitation. So if your automechanical assistant really did make a comment about your posterior, it was because they were programmed to say it. That's all. From M. Lou, subject, don't transfer. Judith, now is not the best time to request a transfer. I've got a reliable source that tells me the OCI may be under official audit soon. There's been word of some kind of corporate sabotage. I wouldn't request a transfer to the chem labs either. They've just had their budget and their personnel slashed. Trust me, you don't want to be associated with either office. Stay with us. We know what we're doing. And that's that. Okay, so the information continues. The silly tech support requests continue. And I think we can safely move on. We get the picture here. And John W. says, lol, there's a fast effect in Dead Space. Oh, you are lobbying hard for Dead Space. I did download it from Game Pass on my Xbox today. Well, we can't pick that lock. So yeah, once I can get the new Xbox working for streaming, we will definitely play Dead Space at some point. I will try. Okay.
Prepare.
One down.
Me, and ready to kill germs.
I love Sam. Lean, mean, and ready to kill germs.
Sam down!
Really? You're still flying around? Stop doing that.
Got him! Everyone all right?
Okay. Enemy's dead. To HR and accounting. Oh, we've got more marauders in here.
Here we go.
Okay, Sam cleaned up the mess. And we're only 21 meters from the journal. Let's check out this terminal. Department Human Resources, current user C. Norwood. Messages. From a Metcalf. Printer broken. It's not broken, it's just out of paper. Which I have to say is pretty damned amazing. How in the name of the grand plan did you manage to print 450 documents in a week? Those can't all be transfer requests, can they? I know this project is well funded, but the head researcher must be even more famous than I thought if we're getting this many. From K. Blomstedt. Subject last warning. Colin, you know our policy. Even if you do have proof that Mr. Putnam has been taking your lunch, Spacer's Choice disciplinary guidelines for theft only apply to Spacer's Choice property. You, your lunch, and Mr. Putnam all constitute Spacer's Choice property. It is legally impossible for property to steal from itself. Oh, you've got to love it. Please note that an inability to protect your own source of nourishment will be reflected on your permanent record. If you cannot be trusted to guard your own sandwich, you cannot be trusted to guard classified information on behalf of Spacer's Choice. Karen Blomstedt, Senior Regional Vice Manager of Human Resources. P.S. Please have those reports sorted and on my desk before lunch. You're not in a junior position anymore, Colin. And that's that. Okay, so we see how theft is treated. Property cannot steal other property.
Here we go.
Classification. Flawlessly finished.
All right, so there's our barred door for the exit. These just look purely decorative. Let's head over here.
This staircase is just like the board, over-engineered to the point of absurdity.
That's fair enough. Okay. The journal keeps getting further. Oh, Marauder Colossus with a spacer's with a Moonman helmet.
Here we go.
Can I take that Moonman helmet? No.
Well done. We're still alive.
All right, looks like we're clear. No, we're not.
I'm to take out the trash. Come out and play.
Break out the old hand cannon.
Requires maintenance.
John W. says, where are those TPS reports? Clearly not on her desk by the end of the day. All right, we've got one more enemy out here, it looks like. And that's what the hand cannon is for. All right, let's see where this journal is. Can we go in here? We need to boost up our lock picking, so we can probably do that with some apparel. Lockpick +5. I think that'll do it. Not quite. Okay, we need something else for lockpicking. Some clothing. Stealth skills. That'll do it.
Great work.
All right, and let's just get the more appropriate clothing back on, so we're not totally defenseless. I think, was I wearing that? Not sure if I was wearing that, but that's pretty good. Might have been wearing that. No. Or this. I think I was wearing this. 31 armor, sneak attack damage, hack +5. Let's keep this one on for now. And I always lose track of the armor I was wearing. Or the outfit, rather. I think it was this one. Personality attributes and leadership skills. Yeah, I was wearing that. Okay. Let's go find this journal. Simon says, before picking up the journal, you should consider the choice of killing Minnie. By doing so, you can work for Spacer's Choice. Well, that choice may have already been made.
The majesty of science can be breathtaking at times, even if the end result is somewhat questionable.
Preparing for sanitization mode? The Purge.
Oh yes, we've got science goo tubes all over the place, but yes, at the very beginning of the playthrough, I decided to surprise murder Minnie. She didn't have any cool stuff in her apartment, or in her big giant house. And I thought, you know, if you have this big giant house and it's full of dusty, broken stuff, and there isn't any cool things to steal, then you're probably jerking me around, so I just blew her head off. So we have been in contact with Lucian Bancroft, who wants us to do this for him and give him the journal. But ultimately, I haven't decided where I want to go with it yet. We'll find out.
Our grasp soon.
Okay, so this looks like a very fancy office. And it looks like there's a sneaky thing we can do here. So let's do the sneaky thing before we pick up the journal. Oh, this just takes us right back out to where we were. Okay, we'll just be sneaky. We'll sneaky our way back into the office. We've got another Spacer's Choice logo on the floor. Glowy goo tubes. That never means anything good. Pick up watercolor painting. Signed by someone named Francis. Okay. Can I pick you? Nope. There's the journal. Prototype light pistol. Let's grab that. Let's check it out. Is that this? Yes. Okay, sure and straight barrel. This is one of the first pistols ever produced by Spacer's Choice. Although this model boasts superb all-around performance, executives realized they could remove most of its components and cut production costs by 3/4. The initial engineer was fired and replaced by an accountant who proceeded to create the light pistol now known and loved throughout Halcyon. And I don't have a regular light pistol to compare it to, but let's go ahead and just pop it over here. 836 DPS. 667. That's actually not bad. I mean, its damage per shot isn't very good, but it's not bad. Okay. All right. I'm going to roll with that for a little bit. Simon says too expensive for production. All right. And we're going to read the terminal before we take the journal. Messages first. incoming messages, and this is Olivia Ambrose's terminal. You've cleared your messages. Congratulations. An automated message has been sent to your supervisor notifying them of your idleness. New tasks will be dispatched to you momentarily. Remember, idle time demands a fine. Well, that's not very nice. Outgoing messages. Sent to L. Goodfellow. Oh, wow, there's a lot here. Okay. All right, so this must be after Goodfellow left. You think you can hide from me, you little twerp? I know a serum that'll make you feel as if you've lived 1,000 years in just 8 hours. How would you like to spend the night in waste processing? Return to L. Goodfellow sent messages, yes. Production schedule. The schedule you sent me must be a template or the work of an intern because it's patently insane. We're nowhere near to hitting Lucian's proposed milestones. Branding's hopes and wishes won't magically change that, no matter what the corporate office says. My compound is months from viable, Lawrence. It kills people. If you'd like proof, you're welcome to try it yourself. I'll even show you where to stick it. I expect to see a revised schedule before the week is out. So we've actually read a lot of these before on L. Goodfellow's terminal. So we don't really need to go through all these again. Deleted messages. Received from Goodfellow. Yeah, we've seen this stuff already. We've seen it from the people who received it. So admin functions. There are no administrative functions available at this time. Okay, so that's kind of cool, though. I mean, we don't have to go through the terminal again because we went through all that stuff in other streams on those people's terminals. So that's kind of cool that it's all connected there. Pick up Dr. Ambrose's terminal or journal, and now we're locked down.
That's enough. Gorgon is mine. Go
oh, yeah?
now, and I will not pursue you. But if you stay, I will sick every last lawless fucking mercenary and halcyon on you. It's your choice, Captain.
People who threaten us do not live long lives.
This is true. Also, people who don't threaten us do not live long lives. Just depending on my mood. Okay. So what do we do now? With your prize safely in hand, talk to Lucian to receive your reward. And where is that sending us? Probably back to the ship. Yes, okay. So we've got to get out of here. And we can use our sneaky room to do that.
I'll keep quiet.
Service elevator to the lobby sounds like a good place to go. I'm gonna get this Spacer's Choice pistol out. We'll use that just to see how it goes. And that's a convenient exit, thank you. Can we pick that? Anything interesting here? Not really. Okay, well, it was worth a look. Terminal doesn't work. And we're back in the lobby. It's Pam. Okay, let's go talk to Pam.
Welcome to the Adrenatime Synthesis and Manufactory Center, brought to you by Spacer's Choice. This productivity automechanical unit is at your disposal. Its normal duties involve the management of legacy operations analytics. However, due to the promotion, demotion, death, or injury to other managers of this facility, this unit is now the acting manager of the following departments: reception, human resources, accounting, technical support, manufacturing, distribution, security. Please direct any questions about those departments to Pam. Answers not guaranteed.
Okay, so I guess we could have, if I had noticed, we could have enlisted the help of this robot on our way in. Let's see here. Legacy Operations Analytics? Never heard of it.
According to this facility's records, the Legacy Operations Analytics Department is located on Sublevel Floor 1. Its functions include warm bodies and Redacted. Access to that department is currently denied due to a lockdown in the sub-level stairwell.
Okay. Why is the stairwell locked down?
Access to that information must be approved by the security department. Please stand by. As acting manager of the security department, I approve your request. Congratulations. The lockdown was initiated by Redacted. It cannot be overridden, but don't worry. I won't let the lockdown impede your work. After all, Pam's purpose is to answer one question. How can I increase your productivity today?
Have you met my friend Sam? I think you'd get along.
Greetings, Pam. Don't get swept away by the sleaze of your filthy, worthless existence. Let Sam neaten up your life.
Work fortifies the spirit. Let Pam optimize the routines of your life for maximum productivity.
Sam units. If we can't clean it, we'll destroy it beyond recognition.
All PAM units have been programmed to encourage a worker's competitive spirit. Well done. Continue destroying the competition on behalf of Spacer's Choice.
Got a lust for dust? Sam does.
Pam believes in the power of a well-organized spreadsheet.
This is fantastic.
Cleanliness is next to lawfulness.
Somehow, this is a more intelligent conversation than most of what passes for discourse in Edgewater.
Okay. We should go. So Pam's cool and all, but I don't think she's going to be very helpful to us now that we have already finished this this part of the quest. Okay, and the marauders outside here are dead, and we need to go back to our ship and talk to Lucian. Okay, so I guess at this point we're going to need to make a choice between Lucian and Olivia.
We are receiving an incoming signal, Captain.
I'm sure we
Captain,
are.
First, let me offer my congratulations on surviving the Gorgon research facility. Have you managed to locate Dr. Ambrose's journal, as we discussed?
Let's see here. Dig through your pocket and pull out your middle finger.
Very original. If you bring me that journal, I can offer you... Hello? Are you still there? Oh, what's wrong with this blasted signal?
This must be Olivia breaking through.
Hello again, little weasel. I must admit, you've surprised me. I threw nearly everything I had at you, and you overcame it all.
Okay. Perception, so you're the one who put the Gorgon facility on lockdown. What do you want? You're the asshole who sent those mercenaries after me. Olivia Ambrose, you're supposed to be dead. But we've got a dumb dialogue option, and that is the one rule for this playthrough. We've always got to take it. It's the ghost from the monitor.
This is the best you could find. A freelancer with more guns than brain cells?
It's been a long time, Dr. Ambrose. Finally decided to crawl out of the woodwork, have we?
Lucian, a pleasure to see you've taken the day off, tormenting small animals, to personally meddle in my affairs.
Let them talk.
As I recall, Doctor, cruelty to animals was your specialty. I'm just a humble man with a desk job.
Please. You've ended more lives with a stroke of your pen than I ever have with a scalpel. Captain, this man's heart is colder than the void. You cannot put the future of Gorgon in his hands. Not if you value the future of Halcyon.
Our mutual friend from Spacer's Choice doesn't see it that way. Convince me.
Gladly. You've been to Terra too, haven't you? You've seen the poisonous fruits of my efforts. Seen it and fought it. Marauders, forged right here on Gorgon. Whatever others may tell you, they are people. People whose lives Adrena Time destroyed. Whose lives I destroyed. Minnie never learned that lesson. Please, Captain, do not follow Lucien down this grim path. Don't let him revive Adrena Time.
Okay. You do realize that I killed your daughter, right? Or you've been trying to kill me since I got to Gorgon, now you want my help? What's your take on Adrena Time, Lucien? After everything you've done, why should I trust you? Let's roll with the first one because that seems like a smart thing to say. You do realize I killed your daughter, right?
I've had ample opportunity to investigate your deeds in the time you've been sniffing around Gorgon. The consistency of your brutality does not surprise me, no. Whatever reckoning you have coming, it's not mine to meet. Stopping Adrena Time is what matters now.
You abandoned this project, and now you have the audacity to steal it back? No. Spacer's Choice will resume from where you gave up, and succeed where you failed. Change of plans, Captain. We need to deal with Dr. Ambrose and reactivate the synthesizer ourselves. I trust you know what to do.
What does Spacer's Choice want with Adrena Time? Hold on, why do you want to destroy Adrena Time, Olivia? Say no more, I'll deal with Olivia and start up your synthesizer. Olivia's right, Adrena Time has to be destroyed. I have some thinking to do before I make a decision. This isn't my fight, I was hired to find a journal.
The job has changed. If that's a problem, I welcome you to take out your frustrations on Dr. Ambrose.
What does Spacer's Choice want with Adrena Time?
It's no secret that this colony is not as productive as it ought to be. Our workers need the energy to keep going, and right now, they're not getting it.
Because you're working them to the bone.
By necessity, I assure you. Some of us recognize that we're in the middle of a crisis, and no one is coming to help. Adrena Time was supposed to make the lives of our workers bearable. No more exhaustion, no industrial accidents, and no side effects. I believe in that hope. The day may come when our future hinges on Adrena Time. When that happens, I don't want the drug to do any lasting harm.
Don't ask me to believe that Spacer's Choice is doing this out of kindness.
Of course, the corporation stands to make a tidy sum of bits, but we're also being realistic. The colony needs an improved version of the drug. No use in letting research gather dust when we could harness it for our consumers.
There is some logic to that. So we can say no more, I'll deal with Olivia and start up your synthesizer. Or Olivia has a point, the experiments, the cruelty need to stop. I have some thinking to do before I make a decision. Let's go with the second one. Let's see what the comeback is there.
Precisely. We can stem the tide of misery flooding across Halcyon. We need only to try. Return to my family's manor, Captain. Use the executive override code in my journal to activate the NDA protocol for my terminal. It will destroy the Gorgon drug synthesizer and put an end to Adrena Time for good.
Adrena Time could still do some good for the colony.
The very premise behind it is flawed, Captain. If we want to improve the lives of Halcyon's colonists, we must improve their conditions. Anything else is merely fealty to the board, no matter how cheerfully masqueraded.
Fair warning. I've taken the liberty of activating the security system at Ambrose Manor, as well as opening some of the high-risk enclosures, just in case you had any ideas.
High-risk enclosures, you say?
Trust me, you don't want to know. And if you're as smart as I think you are, you'll never have to find out. My sensors show the reactor core of synthesis and manufactory is offline. Olivia has backed herself into a corner. Just let me know when you've dealt with Olivia and powered up the reactor. Your onboard astrogator should have my aetherwave signal already.
Everyone stop telling me what to do.
Forgive me, Captain. I know it's a lot to digest. Spacer's Choice trusts you to handle this matter. Please remember that your actions will impact the lives of a great many people. People who deserve better.
Wink and make a finger gun at the screen. Get ready to be surprised. Okay, so we have a choice to make. We can side with Olivia and shut down the production of Adrenatime completely, or we can side with Lucian and allow Spacer's Choice to continue working on it. He says that the plan is to continue working on it to develop an Adrenatime that doesn't have the harmful side effects, but we do know that Spacer's Choice doesn't really care about side effects. The evidence has been all over the entire Gorgon asteroid. They don't care. But we also know, because of the point we're at in the game, that the whole colony is on the brink of collapse. So anything that can make people more productive, less tired, less prone to accidents, assuming they can perfect the formula, might be a good thing for them. So I honestly don't know what to do here. This is a classic case of there really isn't a good or bad choice. And at this point, we are max level. I've got all kinds of good stuff. We're right at the end. We're right at the end quests for the main game. So rewards are irrelevant at this point. It's just a matter of making a choice. So I am torn, and we need to make a choice tonight. So there aren't a ton of people in the stream here, but let's throw it to all of you. I know me saying this between me saying this and getting to you will take a minute or two. So go ahead and let me know in the chat who you want me to side with. Make a case for one, or just tell me who you want me to side with, and I'll look at the first handful of replies here, and we'll see what we pick. And there's not a lot of people on here, so if I only get one reply, it might very well be that one, because I can't decide. I am totally torn. If I were playing this on my own, I would literally quit right now and come back tomorrow. But I don't want to do that here. We need to finish this tonight. Scav says, trash it. Lakeney says, what's the most moronic choice? That's the problem. I don't know. Both choices are smart. I mean, obviously, keeping it going has its downsides, but it might be good if it's actually done right. I'm inclined to think the moronic choice is to go with Spacer's Choice. Dirty Scav, what he said, what's the most moronic choice? If it's not the best choice, is it the Spacer's Choice? I think it might be. Yeah, that's probably the worst one. We know Spacer's Choice isn't going to do this right. Lakeney, which one makes more marauders? Probably the Spacer's Choice outcome. So yeah, I think that's probably a good way to do it. So where do we need to go? We need to go to Ambrose Manor.
We arrived at Ambrose Manor.
John W. says the guy thinks you're smart, so go with her. But if he thinks I'm smart, that makes him a moron. So maybe we need to go with the moron. Oh, I hate this. Dirty Scav says, I like Lakeney. All right, so it looks like we're getting a little more push towards Spacer's Choice. And you know what? If nothing else, I think the vast majority of players are going to side with destroying it. So we're going to do what most people don't do. That gives a little bit of value to this for people to check out. As I make my way to the manor, if there's any other thoughts there, feel free to hit me with them. We'll just keep our crew as it is. And Simon's response was held for review. Apparently, YouTube thought it was potentially inappropriate. But he says the moronic response is to kill the scary ghost lady. So I'm thinking that's what we're going to do.
Peril. Aiming reticle misaligned.
All right, we've got alarms going off all over the place. And we promised them a surprise. And we're just able to go right down in there, aren't we? Okay. Blakeney says it's not the best choice, it's Spacer's choice. And therefore, because Spacer's choice is not the best choice, it's going to be our choice.
Preparing to neutralize. Resistant overload. Caution! Contamination occurring.
Uh-oh, I gotta keep healing here. This is bad. Wow. What was killing me like that? That's crazy. All right, let's try this again. And I think that Spacer's Choice pistol, even though it's better than a regular one, still totally sucks. So we're going to go to the hand cannon.
I see they brought home.
Detected. Tidying up.
We'll use Sam's special attack. Simon says you're going the wrong way if you want to help Spacer's Choice. Am I? Oh, I am. That's right. We need to go upstairs and kill Olivia. Okay. Oops. Supposed to be going to the synthesizer, not the mansion. Okay, well, if Olivia's upstairs, and she might be.
System up.
Oh my. Now I'm just getting silly here. Okay, this is ridiculous. All right, Fisty. Time to take this serious. Take a look at the journal here and see what I didn't pay attention to. All right, restore power to the synthesizer through the reactor room at the bottom of the facility where Olivia is waiting. Activate the NDA protocol, head to the mansion, and activate the NDA protocol to destroy the Adrenatime synthesizer. Okay. I thought they were both at the same place. Maybe not. Maybe I misunderstood. Okay, so that's right. She's at a different facility. All right, I was thinking she was at the mansion. So yes, we are going to side with Spacer's Choice. And to do that, we'll need to go to the right place. So let's head back to the ship. Oops. I was sure she was at the... I thought the facility was in the basement of the mansion. Okay. So where is my other option? Gorgon landing pad. Okay. Very good. So now let's transition to Gorgon. We'll just keep our existing crew. Spacer's Choice, taste the freedom. With prefabricated living, just like home.
Is that an Apex Mark V queso atmospheric dome? I've never seen one in person. Magnificent.
I'll take your word for it, Max. All right, so now where are we going here? Back to the SMC. All right. Simon says the reason I'm being reported is for something called backseating. I don't think so. I think it was because it said kill the scary ghost lady. I think it's because it said kill, or possibly because it said moronic. I think that's how YouTube's flag works. That's how it's similar to it's very similar to other things I've seen held. It wasn't a report. It was just that's the filter I have on there just in case anyone were. You occasionally have some random person who shows up to a stream and just starts word vomiting into the chat. And I want to avoid that if possible.
Muting volume now.
I have your back, Captain.
Are not the cleaning solution for this job.
Everyone all right?
Okay. Simon says if McRib doesn't want me to spoil anything, he can just tell me himself. I don't think you're spoiling anything. I've personally played through it before, so I kind of know what's going to happen. But where am I going here? Why am I not... But yeah, in this case, I mean, I literally asked for input from people, so, you know, nobody's offending me here. Okay, now. Oh, I see what we did. We went the wrong way. I walked away from the building we were supposed to go into. Mysterious dissident releases malevolent agent. Rizzo's executive missing and presumed dead. Yes.
I keep my promises, Captain. Do you know the funny thing about mercenaries? They exist in a nearly infinite supply. Even out-of-work tossball players. Do enjoy my latest delivery.
Did she say tossball team? Is that supposed to strike fear into our hearts?
Yeah, I kicked all their asses before and I'll kick them again.
Watch out, Captain!
Soured with prejudice.
Careful, you're hurt! God.
Pick up all skilled crew members.
Alright, I'm gonna have to keep running around here and healing and switch to another gun. Okay. And, oh wow, my companions are all dead. All right, well, you're a lot tougher than your buddies were. Thought my companions were supposed to get healed when I used my inhaler, but I suppose not. Is that it? All right, they're regenerating. Dirty Scav says, I always love a good dum-dum playthrough. It was super fun for Fallout 3. Yeah, I'm having fun with it here too. Okay, so let's continue on our path here. Oh, I followed the other quest marker. Okay, this is very confusing at this point. Blakeney says I did a moral playthrough and a board playthrough. And I'm doing a, let's make everybody's life horrible playthrough. Okay, NDA protocol is not what we want. We want Olivia Ambrose. And we get her where? Alright, so the tossball team has been dealt with, at least partially. Maybe there will be more tossball players. Alright, sub-levels, here we go. Administrator Ludo dead. Yes. Yes, him and his brainworms are dead. But I did make sure everybody had a chance to get some. Sell off our junk. Okay, so we've got more freebooters. All right, Sam, there we go.
Trick I learned in prison.
All right, we're going to use their special attacks first to thin out this crowd a little bit.
Everyone all right?
Is that it? Well, that was easier than upstairs. I'm sure we'll see some more resistance. Yep, there we go.
Anyone could work in a place like this.
Oh, we've got another terminal here.
The same could be said for this entire colony.
All right, we'll send in Sam first. Oh, look at that. That was awesome. Okay.
Survive and the weak perish.
Sam is horrible if you're sneaking. Yeah, I'm kind of giving up on sneaking. Is that it? Really? Okay, well, there was a terminal over here, so let's check it out. M. Eliason, please select from the following options. Messages. To K. Zemansky, subject, please. Kevin, please stop taking out your frustrations on the filing cabinets. I know technical support gives you a hard time about the vending machines, but I would much rather have all our vending machines smashed to bits than come in every morning to see another pile of files scattered across the floor. Honest to law, what has gotten into this office? You're the third person to show unprofessional violence in the workplace in as many days. Is there something in this, Altoona? Listen, Kevin, if the work is testing your composure, then I encourage you to look inside yourself and find the source. Work fortifies the spirit. Maybe you're not giving your work the attention it deserves. From T. Hennessy, subject, filing system. Hi, Minoru. Thanks for explaining your filing system to me earlier. I think that gave me a better understanding of where to find the information I need. However, I'm still not entirely sure I understand it. So you use the first letter of the file name, find a Spacer's chosen player who has a surname starting with that letter, then organize the file based on the year in which that player was drafted? I appreciate how hard you've worked to implement this system, but wouldn't it be more straightforward to just organize it alphabetically? So, yeah, you know, we probably assumed that these people were all violently reacting to Adrena time, but if that's the filing system at the office, I can't say I blame them for smashing up the filing cabinets. Okay. And we've got more terminals. Personal files. Quarterly goals. Hours work fortifies the spirit. Filing system will make it difficult to go too quickly here. So yeah, more complaining. All right. You know, I know there's lots of terminals and things we can read, but I'm pretty sure they all kind of paint the same picture here. They're putting in redundancy there so that you don't miss the humor and you don't miss the explanation and the exposition. And that's fine. But I'm pretty sure we'll all survive if we don't read every single terminal entry. All right, let's send Sam in to do a little area damage.
Never anger a man of the claw.
And now Vicar Max. Not sure what he shot there, but he shot something. Is that everybody? No, we got a couple more yet.
Here they come. Pass that armor.
Looks like Max has it under control. We've got somebody angry upstairs, but... Oh, Sam's going after him. Okay.
Putting trash in its rightful place for more than 70 years.
All right, there we go. And is that a door? No. Got this under control. Something's running around out there. Now it's upstairs. All right, well, it's not down here, so that's fine. All right, I think we're approaching the end here. We've got an elevator. That usually means a final confrontation. Sam is playing the elevator music. Don't know where he is, but, you know, that's cool.
She brought this on herself.
All right, so we're going to find
Hiding
Olivia.
behind that technological monstrosity won't save her.
Well, it might, depending on what kind of technological monstrosity it is. But probably not. There she is.
I'll give you one thing, little weasel. You are relentless. I did everything in my power to stop you, yet here you stand before me, offensively alive. I'm sure
It's a
one
good description.
more senseless murder won't cloud your conscience. But if you intend to restart this machine, you'll have to go through me.
Don't move a muscle, lady. Can't we talk this through? Draw your weapon. Or attack, shove her into the reactor. Let's go with that. Let's see if that actually happens. Oh, wow, it did. Okay, well, that was a pretty maniacal ending. I'll give it that. Very, very cool. Did not expect that to work that easily, but I'll take it. Pick up Equilibrium. See what that is. Okay, so that is a light machine gun with Magnum, and it has the stagger effect, but so does our regular one. And we have silencer on it, so it's actually better. Okay. Like needs the staples. That was easy. Yeah, I mean, that was like the easy button. Okay. So now we turn on the synthesizer.
We made the right choice, Captain. For everyone's sake.
Yeah, we probably didn't, but you know, whatever. Everybody's gonna die anyway. Okay, so now we need to contact Lucian. So that means back to the elevator and eventually back to the ship. Adrenatime made from 0.1% evil scientists. Sounds about right. I mean, they had to be putting those meat cubes somewhere, so... It might be 0.1% evil scientists and, you know, 1% marauder meat cubes. Oh, and we're right out here by where the, that spacer crew was. That's kind of cool. Okay, so if we had missed them earlier, the llama people, if we had missed them, then when we finished this quest, we probably would have seen them when we came out. So that's kind of cool. I dig that. Okay. So we need to head back to our ship and talk to Lucian. And see if this is actually the end or if he has another quest for us. I'm pretty sure it's the end.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance?
Contact Lucian for me. I've finished the job.
I have established an etherwave connection with Lucien Bancroft, patching you through.
Well done, Captain. Thanks to your hard work, the future of Adrenatime looks bright. I predict it's going to be a good year for Spacer's Choice.
Where's my money, Lucian?
If you're eager to put this business behind you, I won't delay a moment longer. There's one matter to resolve before we part ways. Dr. Ambrose's journal contains sensitive research notes, and we'd like to have it back.
Define sensitive on a scale of 0 to expensive.
I wouldn't insult the value of that research by measuring it in bits. You and I already have a business agreement. The journal in exchange for your payment. I would hate if anything compromised that deal. I've arranged a dead drop in a discreet corner of Byzantium. There's a mailbox behind the Halcyon parcel service. Once you relinquish the asset, our business will be settled. Is that clear?
Dumb. I don't have postage or a destination. The parcel won't go anywhere.
Leave the details to me. All you need to do, my uncomplicated friend, is surrender the journal. A parting word of advice. You don't know me. We never had this conversation, and I don't exist. Ta.
Mr. Bancroft has ended his transmission.
Okay, he said goodbye using the word ta. Can I meet him so that I can kill him, please? Can you help me with that, Ada? All right, so we need to go to Byzantium for the dead drop. I'm hoping that we get an option to just stick some random object in there. That would be fantastic. Dirty Scav says, I like traveling with the two girls. Their comments and dialogue were funny. I often travel with Parvati and Ellie. In fact, I think we can do that now. Let's go back to Parvati. And you know what? Let's go to Nyoka. We haven't traveled with her for a while. All right, 158 meters. Let's see if there's a fast travel point. There is. Okay, let's go here. Hopefully that gets us where we need to be. Dirty Scav says Parvati and Nyoka good to go. Yep. Yeah, I think it should be fun. They often have entertaining dialogue. Okay, where am I going? 5 meters, 10 meters.
You, sir, are a fabulous negotiator. Oh, don't get me started, man.
Oh, there's the dead drop. Okay. Use. Oh, unfortunately, we didn't get the option to just not do that. This guy says, come here a second.
Excuse me, this fell out of your pocket just now. I thought you'd want it back. It's yours, after all.
Okay, so that's how we get paid. We don't have the intelligence to say, do you work for Lucian? Ah, yes, how silly of me.
Try and hold on to that in the future. Next time you might not get so lucky.
Yeah.
It's a good thing I happened by. We spacers need to look out for each other. Enjoy your time in Byzantium. I'd say you've earned it.
Nod, thank you, and whatever.
Be seeing you, Captain.
Did I have to kill him? No. But we didn't have any surprise murder for an episode, at least. So, you know, we needed a surprise murder, and, you know, that's because Lucian said ta. So, thanks for the money. But we did have a note there that said Simon's orders. Let's see if we can find that. Simon says, now check your reputations. Okay, we'll do that after we read Simon's orders. A captain by the name of Old Man McRib is on their way to Byzantium. They will seek out the dead drop, you know the one. Once they've made the delivery, you are to offer the enclosed payment and go about your business like a model citizen. Tell no one your true name. If anyone asks, Simon Rento will do. I know how much you enjoy a good anagram. Once the deed is done, you may consider your debt to me paid in full. Lucian Bancroft. P.S. If you're reading this, Old Man McRib, then you're being naughty again. Try and keep your nose clean in the future. We'll be watching. So Simon Rento is an anagram. Ah. I wonder what it is. I'm not good at figuring those out. But I will take the game's word for it that it is in fact an anagram. I wonder if I can just find, while you stand here and look at my inventory screen, I wonder if I can just find an anagram solver. Okay, here we go. All right, let's see here. Simon Rento, 8,000 possible results. Yeah, no, that's not working. Normotensive. All right, that didn't work. Okay, I will just have to accept that I don't know what it means. But we'll check our reputation here because now Spacer's Choice should love us very much. Nope, they're still very nervous. So, yeah. Maybe that's because I murdered their dude. Or maybe I needed to wait for it to save. Nope, didn't affect it at all. Interesting, because that's exactly where we were. Basically, I think that what it comes down to is we already had positive reputation with them. but we also had negative reputation with them. Simon says there's one more. You missed it. Bottom. Okay. Oh, there's 2 Spacer's Choices. That's what you were talking about. Okay. So now I have a little bit of positivity with Spacer's Choice. Okay. That would probably mean more to me if it was earlier in the game. But okay. All right. That's interesting, though, that there's 2 of them. So, yeah, clearly I think what you were talking about makes sense with Edgewater being Spacer's Choice. Maybe there was some kind of, mix up there. There's so many, like, signs in here. Byzantium. I feel like there should have been more done here. Like, this could have been a whole game unto itself. But, alas, we have completed our quest. We're now back to the City in the Stars, which is the end game. And we're not going to get that started tonight. Kept secret but not forgotten. Travel to the Hope. Okay, yeah, we need to... That's if we want to side with the board. I haven't decided where I want to go yet there. So, we'll decide that by next week. Because next week, I think we're going to be able to finish the game. So, all Halcyon in a day. That's just kind of a fetch quest. I'm not going to worry about that. Okay, so we did what we came to do tonight. Simon says it's not much, but it might be something, some kind of foreshadowing. Maybe. It could be.
CNP near maple syrup.
They've said that they're done with DLCs at this point, but not necessarily. You never know. The game's done extremely well. So who knows how they do it in the future. But I think at this point, this is a good place for us to end. We've completed the Peril on Gorgon DLC. Next week on Wednesday, assuming everything goes according to plan, I will be back with another Outer World stream. Tuesday nights, we're going to do Fallout 76 streams. And Wednesdays, we're going to do a non-Fallout 76 stream, which for now is the Outer Worlds. I'm pretty sure we're going to finish this in that 3 to 4 hour stream on Wednesday night because we're already pretty close to the end. But if we don't, we'll finish it up the next week and then we'll move on to something else after that. So I do thank everybody for coming on and hanging out tonight and keeping me company here in the Outer Worlds. And yeah, that's going to wrap it up. I hope I see you all next time. Have a good night, everybody.